Welcome back to Rabid Noise on Rabbit Radio. Joining me on the program now is Scar legend Chuck Thompson from Area-7. What's happening tonight, man?
Well, you know, a bit of rock and roll, a bit of this and that, but just enjoying a nice day in Melbourne. How are you guys?
Yeah, we're going really good, man. Just cranking some tunes and having a good night up here in Queensland. So Area-7 have been announced for the massive Soundwave tour, and you guys are no strangers to festivals. So what are you looking forward to most about the Soundwave run?
Well, I think for me it's just the sheer scale of the festival and its variation of bands that you can see. And quite frankly, I mean, the headline bands for our day are Faith No More and Soundgarden are massive for me, not because I necessarily am a Best fan in either of them, but because of when I grew up and when Area-7 were playing, those bands were huge and never really got the opportunity to see them. So it's going to be great as a participant, obviously, getting from a big audience and a diverse audience, but just being able to see a couple of bands like that and a whole bunch of others as well.
It's going to be awesome, man. Like, yes, I never thought that I'd ever see Soundgarden and Faith No More on the one bill. So that's pretty cool as well, man.
Yeah, and you look at the rest of the lineup and you just think, my God, you know, there's something for everyone now, isn't there? So, yeah, it's great.
Must be pretty cool to see your band name on the same poster as those dudes as well.
Yeah, well, absolutely is, and never take that for granted. And it's great, you know, been settling around a little bit and just seeing the big 4-feet posters up there and seeing your name alongside all these other bands that probably never dreamt they could actually be playing with. So, yeah, it's fantastic. It's always great to play the big festivals and, like I say, just never take it for granted.
It's going to be fun, man. I think you guys always have that party vibe when you play, so I think it's going to be a really cool set from you guys. It breaks it up, you know. You got to have a bit of diversity in the lineups, you know, not all metal.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, I think the thing is that obviously we're a ska punk band, but we're not shy of, I like the big dirty guitar sound as well, right? So people might hear the studio stuff and think, well, how does that gel? But actually, when we play live, we're a lot faster and a lot harder than people might appreciate. So it does break it up, but it also doesn't stick out like a sore thumb from my point of view. It actually did reasonably nicely as well.
Awesome, man. Well, personally, what's your favourite or most memorable, I should say, festival experience? Because you're no stranger to it.
Yeah, they're good for different reasons. So when we get to Fans Walk festivals, I found them quite humbling because they were very, it was treated like a level playing field. So, the first one of those festivals that we did, they put us on the headline spot a couple of times with, I remember Pennywise just before us, Suicidal Tendencies before that, Glinspoon before that, and that was just the, everyone's equal sort of approach that Walk took. So that was great for us at a fairly young stage of our career. But then also just doing things like, the Falls Festival down in Victoria, and I remember doing the St Kilda Festival in Melbourne, which was probably my highlight because we had Mental as Anything playing a couple of bands before us who, they were my heroes when I was young, and being able to play in your home city on a beautiful afternoon with one of your favourite bands that you just never dreamt you'd play with, that was a really special memory.
That's awesome, man. And did you get to meet the dudes?
I did, and they knew a lot more about us than I thought they would. So, that was quite weird. We then played another couple of shows with them up in Darwin, not that long after that, and got to know them a bit more. And and it just goes to show that they're just dudes, just like us. They're all musicians, doing exactly what they do. Yeah, sure, they've done it on a far bigger scale internationally and all that sort of stuff. But when it comes down to it, they're just guys into music, love playing. They listen to music too, so they did know a fair bit about us, and that was really mind blowing for me.
That is cool, man. I guess there's nothing like it, knowing that the dudes that you grew up listening to or you admire, they have that right back. That's awesome,
yeah.
Dude. So you're also going to be heading out on the road in October, or you've already just started for your 20th anniversary tour. Is that right, with the Resignated?
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, so we've just done Sydney, and we've got Melbourne in September, and then in Brisbane and Toowoomba and Adelaide in October. So yeah, that's great, and it serves the real warm up for us for Soundwave. That's kind of a tour which we're doing longer stints. We're playing some obscure tracks for our hardcore fans and just celebrating our birthday. But we then sort of go on. It's almost like the entree to the main course, where Soundwave is, obviously the big scale. We'll be playing less songs, obviously, to the lineup and hitting them with all the big ones. So yeah, it's been really great to do that for sort of our real hardcore fans and the festival with Soundwave. So we couldn't be happier. I mean, you can't complain 20 years on it. It's still keen and being able to play a big festival like Soundwave.
I know a lot of people who are looking forward to seeing you in Brisbane. It's at the Prince of Wales Hotel. Actually, my singing teacher and good friend from the Maniacs, I believe they're playing with you guys up there, and talking to her before and telling her that I would be talking to you, and she's rapt. She can't wait to see you guys and play with you guys.
Yeah, well, that's awesome. Yeah, I know those guys are playing with us, so really looking forward to seeing. We love being able to have a local support that obviously got a great vibe locally and all that sort of stuff. So we when we have a gig, we pretty much are there for the whole show to see the band, and we just have a lot of fun and enjoy it. So looking forward to playing with those guys. Awesome,
man. That's going to be cool. So, well, you've probably seen some pretty crazy stuff when you've been out on the road over the years. What's the craziest situation you and the boys have found yourself in?
I don't know. It's been reasonably, like, we haven't got ourselves into too much trouble, but I have seen some weird things. I remember playing a show down the coast here in Victoria, and there's this guy completely unconscious that had been dragged to the side of stage. He had blood coming out of his nose, and I've seen him. I'm running. I'm going, this guy's going to do something. And it's like, don't worry, mate. He comes here every week, and we just have to punch him out and knock him out, which causes too much trouble. And he comes through, and we have a drink with him later, and you kind of think, I'd be getting the ambulance if I were him. But so you see weird things like that. We've never really got ourselves in too major a situation, but little things like that, or when we're on Vans Warped and we were just down to one towel, and we all had showers and all had to share one towel afterwards. That's the crustiest situation I've been in. But yeah, we haven't been held hostage or anything weird like that, but we've had some crazy situations. Sure.
That's crazy. That is crazy, sharing one towel. But hopefully that nothing crazy happens on these runs for you. You get more than one towel. We've all gone up a bit. We're a lot more prepared now to bring our own stuff. Pack your own towels.
Yeah, that's right.
Well, it's almost been 10 years, I believe, since your last album, Torn Apart. Can we expect a new album to be released with this tour?
Yeah, a lot of people have been asking us that. There certainly won't be a full album because we just haven't really got the resources or time to do that. But we do have a couple of songs that we've been working on the last couple of years, and we are thinking about maybe putting out a single or something like the double A side, and maybe putting it out on vinyl or something just for the novelty to the tour. But we've got to get our act together, that's for sure. If we're going to do that, it's not a question of the material; it's just the logistics of getting it done. But to be honest, we've just been really enjoying the live performance side of things. Some of the old songs that we didn't get much of an opportunity to play in the early days when there was a lot of demand for playing your current album or the new stuff at the time. So sort of going through our own back catalogue a little bit, but maybe we might have something out. We'll see how we go.
Oh, fingers crossed, because I know all your fans are just hanging to hear some new Area-7. That would be awesome, man. We're going to go to the track Bitter Words now. Thanks for hanging with us tonight, man. And we'll see you in Brisbane on October 25th at the Prince of Wales Hotel. And then, of course, Rockin' Soundwave in 2015.
No worries. Well, thanks again for your time, Evan. I'm really looking forward to hitting Queensland twice in a few months. It should be great fun.